This is how to spend the perfect Christmassy day out in London. I'm Adriana, I've lived in London for over 10 years and have been photographing the city, and I know all the best spots.
This is the best walking route to see all of the Christmas lights throughout London in 2024.
Let's start at Trafalgar Square.
So this tree in Trafalgar Square is super famous because in 1940 the Nazis basically stormed Norway. Norwegian government fled and came to the UK and to London. And ever since then they have gifted one of their trees. Sorry, I actually feel like I'm getting a bit emotional. They gift one of the famous Christmas trees every single year. And I think it's literally like the loveliest tradition.
It's iconic, stunning, and of course, it's the best place to start your Christmas walk through London. There's also a bunch of Christmas markets here you might want to browse. Tuck into a cheeky German sausage or a tasty donut. There's also the National Portrait Gallery just behind, which is free, so you might want to pop in if you want to warm up. Next, let's take a short 5-minute walk to Covent Garden. Christmas in London is not Christmas if you don't go and see Covent Garden. It snows every hour on the hour between 12 and 9 p.m. right next to the big Christmas tree. You can't miss it, and it's something just magical. Covent Garden is also the best place to have a festive and Instagrammable snack. So for drinks, you want to go to Gong Cha and grab a festive bubble tea. They're only around £6 and they're super cute.
Happy?
If you want a sweet treat, try the reindeer from Dolce VyTA, which is about £7 and of course, super festive. After smashing these delicious treats, take another 5-minute walk onto Leicester Square. Now, I know this is super touristy, but you might as well pop in to see the Christmas markets at Leicester Square before heading on to some of the more hidden spots. It's totally free and another good place to grab some festive food. I grabbed a cup of hot chocolate, which came in at around £6, including whipped cream, marshmallows, and a flake. They also have a roasting marshmallow store with a giant marshmallow costing around £5. It's pretty cute, and this place does turn into a cozy mini winter wonderland. After browsing all the stalls and potential gifts you can buy, head on down to Coventry Street towards Piccadilly Circus. So once you reach Piccadilly Circus, you can turn right and see the famous angels on Regent Street, but I recommend turning left because this will take you down to Waterloo Place. Waterloo Place is a much quieter spot to see the famous angels, and it's easier to take some snaps, and you might even be lucky enough to see Santa himself. Up next is Fortnum Mason, which is just a few minutes away. So I'll be honest, Fortnum Mason is one of the most spectacular places in all of London. The whole building lights up like a giant advent calendar, and every window has these incredible, stunning, festive displays. It's worth hanging around to see the clock show, which happens every 15 minutes on the hour and every 15 minutes thereafter. Then behind Fortnum Mason, literally 10 steps along, you'll find Burlington Arcade. This place is an insight into something a little bit fancy. It's one of London's oldest arcades, and you can walk through Burlington Arcade through to the other side to get to your next stop, which is New Bond Street. New Bond Street is where you'll find the iconic storefronts, starting with Cartier, which is always probably the biggest gem in town. There's the famous Christmas tree in front, and it's opposite the very Instagrammable Ralph's Coffee. People do line up outside as it gets really popular, but can you blame them? It's the most festive part of town. Right next door to Cartier is Chanel, and it has literally taken over New Bond Street. Right next to it is also Dior, which is also next level festive. They've gone all out with their sparkling seahorses and ocean creatures lighting up the street. Make sure you take some time to walk up and down the street because you'll see most of the festive storefronts in town. Once you've finished at New Bond Street, just around the corner is the grand finale, which is Annabelle's at Berkeley Square. The glowing blue peacock snow globe is just wow. I know I'm biased, but I honestly don't think there is any place on earth that does Christmas quite like London. It is pure magical. I hope this tour has inspired you to get out there and explore. It's literally a half-an-hour walk, and it is just the most incredible place in all of London. Before we go, here is some practical tips and a quick recap. So start at Trafalgar Square. The nearest tube station is Charing Cross. Stop here to see the Norwegian Christmas tree. Then head on to Covent Garden and see the snow on the hour every hour between 12 and 9 p.m. Then grab a festive bubble tea from Gong Cha and a festive reindeer from Dolce VyTA. Then head on to Leicester Square's small Christmas markets before walking up to Piccadilly Circus and Waterloo Place to see the famous angels, which are a lot quieter than Regent Street. Then walk on to Fortnum Mason, walk through Burlington Arcade, which will take you through to New Bond Street, where you'll see the likes of Cartier, Ralph's Coffee, Dior, Chanel, and your last stop will be Annabelle's. Your nearest station from Annabelle's is Green Park. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more adventures. Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and happy traveling.